MudRFunR here. So today I'm out here with what used to be our 2008 Malibu, and now it's my son's. So I just finished replacing this tie rod on here. Now it's on to stabilizer links. So what I have here is my jack underneath the jacking location where it's supposed to be jacked up. I've got a jack stand underneath there on the frame, and right here I've got a jack underneath it with a board. So I've got it situated in a way that it's holding up the stabilizer link, and it's also holding up the lower control arm right there. And I'm going to get that nut and this nut off of here. They're both 18 millimeter, but that one down there is going to be a little bit of a pain to get at. This one should be easy peasy, so I'll do the most difficult one first. Hopefully you've got a good enough view here, and this is an 18 millimeter, and I hope this will come out without the centerpiece turning with, which it isn't. The whole center is trying to turn with, which I don't like. Alright, so this is an 8 millimeter end on here. So what you'll have to do is hold that with the wrench. If you happen to have a ratcheting wrench, that'll make it a whole lot easier. And then that should come out. I forgot to move the camera before I got started on this one, but I tried it with the impact wrench, and the center part is just turning with, so I'm just going to do this the same as I did the other side, with a small wrench in the middle, and that should come off nicely there now. Alright, seems like there's a lot of pressure on the top and the bottom one. So I'm just going to let this other jack down a bit. Nothing. So I'm moving the jack location. Okay. So I got the jack underneath the control arm there right now, and hopefully this isn't going to jump out of there violently or anything. And that's out. So this side was a bit worn. Both ends are the same, and both ends on the new one look the same as well. These are made a little different, so if they turn with, you have to get an Allen wrench on the inside. And this new one, it comes with 2 grease fittings, and they go in from the side right there. You'll see a hole right there. So this, on this one here, it takes a 7 millimeter wrench, and they don't need to go overly tight. Don't strip them out or they're going to be ruined. So those are both tight. Now to fit it in there. So when you put this new stabilizer on, you're going to want to make sure that it's behind your ABS wire there. You don't want that getting caught. And just going to slide that top one in, and these are lock nuts with the plastic center. And I get the one lock nut on, just enough to hold that there so it can't slip out. So you can see this doesn't quite line up here. So what I'm getting is a crowbar, and I'm pulling the sway bar down far enough that the second end is going to go in right there, and then the nut goes on. And this might be a little tricky to tighten here. These ones you need an Allen wrench. This is a 5mm, and it goes into the end of the bolt. Put my Allen wrench in there to hold that. And this could be a pain if you don't have a ratcheting wrench. Okay, got it snugged up, and I always like to tighten it all the way with a regular wrench instead of a ratcheting one. And I don't have a torque spec on that either, but it is a lock nut, and good and tight is tight enough for me. I'm going to try and rattle it tight with my impact. Hopefully that'll do it. Over that. And just don't want to over tighten it with the impact, but I would like to make sure that it is tight. I'm going to have to get in your way here. And it's very tight. Just going to have to get in at the grease fittings, and this one here is very tight. To get in, I don't know how I'm going to do that. So I'm taking this back one back off again because it's right there in the way. Yeah. Basically what I did was I pried this back down again, pulled this out, got my grease gun on there, filled it up until the rubber was starting to swell up a bit, and now I've got it back on, and I'm going to put the nut back on. Alright. The rubber is all swelled up and full. So this side is done, and the wheel can go back on now. Get everything out of the way. $19mm socket. £105 torque. So I'm on the passenger side now. Everything is the same. The only thing I'm doing, one thing different, is this jack, I just have it underneath the lower control arm there, and I don't have it on the stabilizer at all. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this video helped somebody out. If it did help you out, please hit the subscribe and hit the like button on the bottom of the video. It really helps me out. Thank you. So that's all for now.